Okay, I'm here to show you all the answers for the week number 3 daily language review worksheet, which obviously I'll be posting to the Google Classroom, and I'll take a picture of this too and post that as well. So first, the first two say to write the sentences correctly, just like we did in weeks 1 and 2. So the sentence says, to make ice cream, put milk, sugar, and flavoring in a small plastic bag. Now, like always, we should check for capitalization in the beginning, which it is capitalized, and then punctuation at the end, which it does have. So then next, you have to try to figure out what else is wrong with the sentence, because there has to be something. I'll tell you, this one was actually pretty easy. It's just adding in commas because you're listing items that you're putting into this plastic bag. So the way you should have it written for it to be correct is to make ice cream, put milk, comma, sugar, comma, and flavoring in a small plastic bag. So if you're listing 3 or more items in a sentence, they need to be separated by commas. So number 2 says, fill a biggest bag halfway with crushed ice and rock salt. So first, the F in fill is capitalized, which is good, but it did not have a period at the end, so you definitely need to add that. Biggest does not fit in the sentence, so it should be big. And there is a comma after ice, and that doesn't need to be there because you're only listing 2 items. So you should have fill a big bag halfway with crushed ice and rock salt. Period at the end, no commas, and the word big, not biggest. Number 3 was a real challenge for me for some reason. I could not make it work, and you'll see I had to write it down here because I messed up on it twice up here, and I could not find any whiteout at my house. It's all at school, which I can't go to right now. So the directions say combine the sentences to make one sentence. Okay, so they give us 2 sentences, and we have to combine it together. And my challenge was making it make sense. So it says, insert the first bag into the second bag and then seal it. And then there was a period, and then it said, seal the first bag too. Well, I started to rewrite it and then realized that stuff wasn't even in the right order because you would need to seal the first bag before you put it in the second bag for it to make any sense. So here's how I changed it, which you could have something very similar, but slightly different, and as long as it still makes sense, it would be fine. But I had seal the first bag, comma, insert it into the second bag, comma, and then seal the second bag, period. So see, there's a progression, right? You're doing one thing, then you put a comma, you're doing another thing, putting a comma, and then the third and final step. So that's what you should have. Number 4, the directions say, use context clues to figure out the meaning of the bold word. Write the meaning on the line. So you're using, right, your context clues like we always do in school when we're reading to figure out what a word means if we don't know it. So number 4 says, gently agitate the bags for 15 to 20 minutes by shaking and squeezing them. Okay, so our word that's bolded is agitate. Okay, agitate can have a few different meanings, but you have to put it in the context of this sentence, okay? So you can be agitated by your little brother, which means they annoy, disturb, or bother you, okay? But this bag's not really getting bothered in that sense, right? So it could be disturb, bother, or stir, I should say. Disturb and bother in this case mean for you to stir it. So you're going to put the one bag inside the other to make ice cream, right? This is what our directions have been so far on this sheet. And then you need to stir or shake them to get all the stuff to react the right way to turn it into ice cream. So that's why by disturbing this bag, really the way you're disturbing it is by stirring it or shaking it. So that's the top half. I'm going to stop this video now, and then I'll make another video for the bottom half of this sheet.